We talked about it yesterday, how after the stinker against the Cardinals, great teams find a way to bounce back. Now, is it a pretty contest today? Not by any means. But a win is a win. The Blue Jays win it 5-3 over the Detroit Tigers and get back into the win column and back to 11 games over 500 at 55-44. You had a great start from Yusei Kikuchi, pounding the strike zone. It's a beautiful thing from the lefty. However, every Jays fan, all our minds right now are with George Springer. And I will get to him in a second, but after we break down the ballgame. Top of the first inning. Or was it the second inning? I think it was actually the second inning. Willie Castro to a solo bomb off of Kikuchi, and the Jays are down 1-0. And I'm thinking, man, let's get some offense going here, fellas. Bottom of the third inning, Alejandro Kirk answers that call with an RBI single. George Springer comes in to score, and we are tied at 1. So a very nice answer for the Toronto Blue Jays in the bottom half of the third. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning with Gurriel on base. Matt Chapman gets a changeup that, I gotta say, we've seen him swing through a lot this year, but he stays back enough on his back leg to stay on the changeup. And he pulls the ball to left field, and it was hit pretty well, and it's gone. 2-run shot for Matt Chapman. The Jays grab the lead. It's now a 3-1 advantage for the Bluebirds. Great job. Next at bat for Matt Chapman in the bottom of the sixth inning gets a fastball in the inner half, and you see how he pulls his hands in to keep the barrel inside, and he drills it to left field, and it's gone. 2-homer day for Matt Chapman, the 9th time in his career. He has done that the first time since August of 2021, his first as a Blue Jay. And this dude is red hot. And the Jays are now up 4-1. Great stuff here. Kikuchi gave you a great outing. You're getting some good offense from Matt Chapman. Top of the 7th inning, off of Tim Meza. Jonathan Scope hits a solo bomb, making it 4-2. And then we get to the top of the 8th, where the wheels quite possibly could have fallen right off. With Jimmy Garcia on the mound, gives him a leadoff double to Victor Reyes. Then Robbie Grossman pops it up, and we're like, all right, beautiful, there's one out. Bo and Gurriel go for it. Looks like they're both trying to call for it. They collide, and it drops in. It hits off Gurriel's glove, I believe, and it drops. And there's first and second with nobody out. But it's okay. We have faith in Jimmy Garcia. He's been great all year. He can get out of this and back up his teammates, pick up Bo and Gurriel. He then walks the next guy, Javi Baez, the guy who chases the most in the big leagues, on 4 pitches. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out for Miguel Cabrera. And Jimmy Garcia goes down 3-0 on Miggy. Looks like he might even walk in the run. We've talked about it in videos past where Jimmy Garcia is locked in more often than not. But when he isn't locked in, he is downright terrible. And it looked like it was going to be one of those days. But he finds the strike zone against Miggy. Gets him to hit a shallow fly ball to right field for George Springer. He gets it, fires it home. No one comes across the score. Springer's still feeling that elbow. But there's one out and the bases are still loaded, so you did what you needed to do in that at bat. Eric Haas comes up and puts up a big-time fight against Garcia. But you knew Eric Haas was looking fastball. Jimmy Garcia could not throw his off-speed for strikes. And that fastball didn't have the sink that he usually does. It was more side to side, which is bad because that's still going to hit the barrel. And Eric Haas drives one to right field, and off the bat, I'm like, is this going to be a grand slam? But it gets to the warning track. Springer makes the catch, throws it into second base, and that elbow's not feeling good. But now there's 2 out, and they score a run. Yes, it's now a 4-3 ball game. You have runners in the corners, and look, we talked about John Schneider yesterday. We were scratching our head about the Trevor Richards move. And he's like, you know what, Jimmy? Great job getting those 2 outs and battling back, but we are not letting this go to waste. In comes Jordan Romano for the 4-out save. And on the very first pitch, gets Jeimer Candelario to ground out to second base to end the inning. And a massive out there for Jordan Romano and the Blue Jays. Bottom of the 8th inning comes up. Gurriel gets on base because of a terrible error from the third baseman. Terrible throw. First baseman can't keep his foot on the base. Gurriel's safe at first. Then Matt Chapman, and has an incredible at-bat, ends up walking. And we have 2 on and nobody out here. And Santiago Espinal, look, we talk about people, in this day and age, people don't know how to bunt, this and that. Well, Santiago Espinal laid down a perfect bunt. Right back to the pitcher, but he deadened it enough that the pitcher had to come running for it, and it allowed Gurriel and it allowed Matt Chapman to move up 90 feet. So Gurriel's at third, Chapman's at second with 1 out. And Danny Jansen at the dish. You need the ball, you need to get the ball in the air. And Jansen pulls it to left field. This thing might have some wings. It's right up against the wall. It's caught, but deep enough to score. Gurriel heads up by Matt Chapman to get into third base. And the Jays add on a run. It's 5-3. What a beautiful play that is. It's not going to get talked about very much, but they get the error, right? You capitalize on that. You get the walk after a great at bat. Then you get a sack bunt to move the guys over and a sack fly to drive one in. You love to see the small ball baseball, and it gives you that multi-run lead. And at that point, we're all like, okay. But to end off the bottom of the 8th inning, George Springer comes up. Hey, you have a guy at third base. Maybe you can drive in another run. And he hits a fly ball to right field, but right as he swings it, right as he swings the bat, he instantly drops the bat and grabs the elbow, shakes it off, and he's clearly not happy because he's not feeling good. Goes to first, obviously does not come out for the top of the 9th inning. Tapia takes over, and Romano shuts the door to end the ball game. Now, let me give you my take on George Springer. I love George. Let's be real. We all do. But I would much rather him take a 10-day IL stint. Or heck, if it has to be 20 days for him to be 100% healthy, so be it. The Jays' schedule the rest of the season is one of the lightest in all of baseball. And the way this team is playing, they can beat anybody. Right? With George Springer, remember when he went through that rut and he wasn't playing very well and the Jays were still winning because everyone else was cruising? And heck, Raimel Tapia has been great so far. Why not give him a shot to have some everyday playing time and give George some rest? Because I would much rather him be 100% ready to go come late August into September and heading into October than give him a couple days of rest, sit him tomorrow, play him the next day, and have him out for 2 months and have him back just before the playoffs, but he's so rusty, so he's no good, and you get knocked out because you don't have that guy. Like that's not what we want here. You have 3 more games against the Detroit Tigers. You then have a day off. So if you put him on the IL tonight, there's 4 of the 10 days right there. I mean, the way this lineup's going, you have Manoah pitching tomorrow. You won the Kikuchi start. This is the perfect time, if you're going to give George Springer a 10-day IL stint, to at least get 10 days to evaluate himself and get rest. And after 10 days he's still not ready to go, so be it. But I want him ready to go come late in the season, come September, when Roger Center is absolutely jam-packed, 40+ thousand every night, cheering these guys on, pushing them to a wild card spot. That's when I want George Springer there. Not in late July, forcing himself to play when he's really not feeling well. That's not what I want to see. So my opinion, IL stint until he's good to go, and in the meantime, run Raimel Tapia. Over his last 40 games, he's hitting 380. And he's making an impact every which way he plays. So why not give him a shot? He's deserved it. And you always hear in sports, when that injury happens, that next man up mentality. And Raimel Tapia has definitely proven that so far, so why not give him a look? That's my take. I'm hoping they do it for Georgia's sake and for this team's sake, because I'd much rather not watch it like we saw last year with the whole knee situation, watching him battle, get injured for the start of the season, miss the first month, come back, we're like, oh, he's back. He's clearly not healthy. And he plays through it. Out for another 2 months. And that's not what we want to see, especially since we're in late July already. So that's my thoughts. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below about the whole George Springer situation. Team stats. Alejandro Kirk doing what he does best. 2 for 3 in the ball game. Had the RBI single there in the bottom of the third. And also walked once, well, got on base 3 of the 4 times he came to the dish. Bo Bichette went 2 for 4 in the ball game. Hopefully he's okay after that collision with Gurriel. He was touching his shoulder a little bit, so hopefully he's okay moving forward into tomorrow. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. went 1 for 3 in the game, scored a couple runs and walked once. So both times he got on, he came in to score. Credits to Matt Chapman for that. 2 for 3 for Matt Chapman, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs, 2 homers, and he walked once. Got on base 3 of the 4 times that he came to the dish. Matt is locked in, and you're loving to see it, Jays fans. You really, really are. 10 hits total for the Jays, 5 strikeouts in the ball game, and only walked 3 times. They were dialed in today, and you love to see it. You really do. Now, Yusei Kikuchi, Mike, how many times do we have to say, pound the strike zone. Your stuff is electric. Make it happen. And when you're throwing strikes, the batters are in swing mode. So your balls that are going strike to ball, breaking balls or something like that, they're going to be a lot more enticing because you've been pounding the zone. He does it in this game. He walks 1 guy over 5 innings, allows 2 hits. One was with the solo bomb. He strikes out 5. At least 2 of them were looking. The other ones look stupid on off speed, because he's mixing it up and throwing strikes with all his pitches. It's beautiful. Question is, can we see it consistently and not against the Detroit Tigers lineup? That's what remains to be seen, but a very good start for Yusei Kikuchi today. Adam Zimmer went a clean inning, allowed 1 walk, but that was it. Tim Mays allowed the solo bomb there, Jonathan Scope in the 7th inning, but that was the only hit he allowed and the only run he allowed. Had a strikeout in that inning of work. Jimmy Garcia, man, it could have looked bad for him. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 run. Walked the batter. It wasn't an earned run, rightfully so, because that out would have been 1 out and a guy at second base, right? Not a big deal. But then 2 on, nobody out, and it's an error, and it's a disastrous inning. But Jordan Romano, an inning in the 3rd, no stat line, no hits, no walks, no runs, no Ks. It's just a clean job through 10 pitches, which is great. And he picks up save number 22 on the season for the Toronto Blue Jays. Exactly what the doctor ordered after yesterday's fiasco. You go out there, you get a W on your home field against a not very good Detroit Tigers team. Let's be real with that. All right, Jays fans, so game 2 of the 4-game set against the Tigers goes tomorrow night. It's a 7:07 first pitch there at Rogers Center. Alek Manoah gets the ball for the Jays, and Brian Garcia has gotten the call up from AAA, and he'll be getting the start for the Tigers. Do I need to say any more? All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the ball game this evening, smack the like button. Do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not done so already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video. Thoughts on the game. What you like, what you not like from today's game. The Toronto Blue Jays. The Twitter link is down below, so follow, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, of course. You guys know what's happening here. On Friday, tomorrow, 7:07 first pitch there at Rogers Center. Alek Manoah, Brian Garcia gets the ball for the Tigers. By the way, Blue Jays Center, check it out. 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. Myself will be having a nice chit chat with Rash Madani, getting his thoughts on this Jays team, his thoughts if George Springer doesn't hit the IL, his thoughts if he should or not. I don't know. I'll be talking with him on Blue Jays Center IG Live, so check it out. 5 p.m. on the dot. I'll be going live with a Rash. Check that out at 5 p.m. tomorrow. And if not, you want to check it out afterwards, it'll be on the it'll be in the IGTV page, but it'll also be on the profile overall on BJC. So check that out, guys. And like I mentioned, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night, Jays Edition, no matter what. Manoah Garcia, 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center, game 2 of the 4-game set. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the ball game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.